we are somehow very good prepared to meet the new challenges when it comes to e-skills. But this also triggered us to ask a couple of questions. And one thing is, what does the e-skills situation really how does the e-skills situation really look in the Baltic Sea region? And what are the key challenges that we're facing here? Are they different? And how can we meet them? But also, do we have, what are the views of the employers and the educators on what kind of skills are the most important in the future? So what we did is that, and here it comes back to the first slide, we're preparing a short discussion paper on these topics. We call it Coding the Future. And it will include a short survey that we made, where we got in touch with companies, startups, universities, and venture capitalists in these 5 Baltic Sea region countries. And this is not science, of course. It's only a snapshot showing some tendencies and some indications on the relationships between these partners. The first tendency is that there seems to be a general agreement between industry and education that coding should start at a, as you can see here, pretty early age. I've learned today and yesterday that this is something that has been intensely discussed. How should you deal with this topic in primary school? And we also learned that countries like Finland, Estonia, seem to be front runners, pioneers in this area, but also that Latvia is coming up now, and Norway is on the way. So it seems that there's a lot of things going on here, whereas Denmark and Sweden seem to be not as willing to take up this perspective as they maybe should be. The second tendency is that educational institutions, they value social and cross-cultural skills significantly lower than, for example, startups and ICT companies, because they increasingly look for individuals with a broader skill set, and not just people with deep technical skills, but more, as it was also said earlier today, people who could be sort of more extroverted, at least with more comprehensive competences in this area. And the third finding, which may not be very surprising, is that industry, especially startups, they put more emphasis on skills in new technologies such as mobile apps and cloud computing, which is not a priority necessarily at the universities. And that, of course, is due to the fact that universities, they educate for the long-term skills, and not necessarily are able to cope with the very